greatest thing for if you're a deep hardcore, and I don't even mean the America First principles. I just mean like you're along for the ride. You're here for the part. There's a lot of MAGA people that I'm friends with that are deep. They're not political. They're along for the part. They like to party.
Right.
They want fun. They're in Florida. It's 4 p.m. They're drunk. You know what I mean? Yes. And they're in for the fun. And
That's
it's
a part
fun.
Of it.
They have like boat shows and regattas where like a bunch of boats will go out with Trump flags. When they're watching that UFC event in their house in St. Augustine or Tampa or fucking West Palm, whatever it is, and that guy stands up and goes, Michelle Obama is a man. It's the culmination of things that they're not going to beat that. It's hard to beat that. There were houses that cheered when that happened.
100%.
It was 100%.
How many do you think? Over the whole country?
It was audible in Florida. Florida, I know for sure it was audible. For sure, people cheered, and it was like, listen,
like outside bars.
Yeah, and it was a party. The fights were good.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, to me, it's like there's this. Every cultural thing has a moment where it just explodes, and it's over after that. You know, it's like Hunter Thompson has that famous quote about it, where he was part of this thing, and then it just, you know, we saw it happen with. Like celebrity culture, a lot of it, like that Imagine video during COVID was kind of the end of that. Like people are like, shut up.
Yeah.
Like it was like they did that video and they didn't know it at the time, but people really started to turn on them. They're like, just shut up.
And there was the other one, the BLM one.
Totally. All of them.
Same kind of thing.
Sorry to be white or whatever it was.
Same shit.
Same kind of thing. People just said, okay, enough of this. And I do think that every movement just gets to a point where you've done all you can do. You've done all you can do. And when you are standing in the octagon of a UFC fight on the White House lawn and you're asked if you have anything to say and you scream, Michelle Obama's a man, that is the clock has struck midnight. That's that. I mean, I don't know what else you could do.
That guy, Josh Hokett, you know, that's like he's got a shtick. Like he's got a character that he does.
Fun.
The Incredible Hulk. And so he's basically like a pro wrestling bad guy who also is a really good fighter.
Right.
So there's a real problem there.
What should have happened?
Winning.
Yeah, and he says crazy stuff.
Well, they probably, in retrospect, if they wanted to avoid this, probably shouldn't have had him fight on the White House lawn.
Sure.
Because if he said that at the T-Mobile Arena or in Madison Square Garden, outrageous.
Sure.
But not that big a deal.
But it's But here's what should have happened afterwards. Michelle Obama should have made an Undertaker-like entrance. Let's go in.
All of a sudden, the lights go out.
The lights dim.
And then the light goes on the balcony.
If Michelle Obama...
And she comes on a cord. She flies over.
If Michelle Obama had made an Undertaker-like entrance and got in the stage and then body slammed, like, can you imagine... Unbelievable.
That would have been amazing.
The country just exists for ratings now anyway. It's all it exists for. It's just that's all we're doing anymore. That would have been unbelievable. Here it is.
This isn't the Undertaker, but this is what you guys are, I think, this is a stick.
Yes.
She's in the ceiling the entire time.
Michelle Obama comes down. Right. You see Trump starts doing his dance. He's doing his Trump dance. Michelle Obama comes down. She's got a cape.
Bro, it would be the end.
It would have been unfucking believable, and she would have been president next. She would have been president next with no election. No election. Vance is going to stand up to that. She should have descended from the rafters in a cape, fought that guy, you know, choreographed.
Yeah,
little
just
fake.
body slam him.
It's fun. Fake. And then she does an uppercut, and then he's on a cord, and he sails out. Unbelievable. Missed opportunity. Because why not? Why not have some fun?
Yeah, why not?
Why not have a little fun?
There, they said, or some wrestling event there. They could still pull it off.
They could do it. And if she's smart, she hears this, and she's on her phone with her people. Don't sue them. They were going to sue him. They thought about suing him. It's like, what? Stop with the suing all the time in this country.
Yeah.
Do something fun.
I agree.
Too much suing.
Well, there is this moment
Tim Dillon went on Joe Rogan's podcast, and oh boy, did they talk about a lot of stuff. But Tim went off on the UFC White House event, and Josh Hokett, when he said the thing about Michelle Obama, and Joe Rogan was in the ring and holding the microphone. But I got to give it to Tim Dillon. That was hilarious when he said Michelle Obama should have came down to the ring like Undertaker. I can just picture it now. Going black, just hearing, dum. She comes out, friggin' Obama's got the urn like Paul Bearer or something. Would have been hilarious. But Joe Rogan in a weird position because at first he went in criticizing the White House event. I think mainly because he didn't know if it would be safe. And I just didn't think he would like an event outside, especially since, they were iffy on the weather. But then the event happened. By all measures, I think it was a complete success, ratings-wise, and it wasn't delayed that much. And all the fights were dope. Like I said, I checked it out, and I got to tell you, all these fights are good. So it was a astonishing success from that aspect. But the second Josh Hokett said that in the ring, I immediately said, and that's the thing they're going to pick up on. That's the thing that's going to be talked about and criticized. See, now they would have picked something else if he didn't say that. I don't think it would have been as big, though. But it was odd, too, trying to watch a bunch of people claim that it was racist. I was like, didn't Mexican fighters come out of the Oval Office with their flags and their national anthem playing? Like, it wasn't racist, the event in total. And that Hokett dude, he just does that for attention. Plus, like, it's one of those things, well, if you see him in real life do something, oh yeah, he is a UFC fighter heavyweight. So I kind of doubt that's going to happen, although what he said was a dumb spot to say it in. A dumb thing to say in general, but whoa. And I bet you the second it came out of his mouth, Dana would just like, why? Why? Especially since like the whole Sean Strickland controversy and stuff like that. But I just love how Tim Dillon went off about it to Joe Rogan's face. And what was Dillon trying to say there? That like, that was the signaling of the end of MAGA. That MAGA is no more. And that White House event was the last vestige of it. And now all of his friends in Florida loved it. That I could see that being a thing. Oh, I remember when I was stationed in Florida, because I had to go to A school there when I was in the Navy. Yeah, I was at ABH, so I had to go to the air base down there. Yeah, Pensacola, Florida. Couldn't take the humidity. Too hot. Well, not hot, just humid. It was annoying. Why am I babbling about Florida right now? I don't know. But, I mean, Tim Dillon going off. Joe Rogan going with it, though. I think Joe Rogan is still kind of mixed about it. But overall, I do think it was a cool event. And it was cool seeing that at the White House. And anyone who has a problem with it, they had no problem when Joe Biden had a bunch of trannies there. So it's all just, trust me, if Joe Biden did it, or if next year President AOC does it, they'll all love it. It's just the guy who we don't like did it, so that's why we don't like it. Me, I really don't care. I just thought it looked dope. And I thought the dirt bikes were dope when they did the thing over it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.